Hi everyone! Thank you for stopping by on my first video on doing journaling. My name is Amanda, and today I'm going to do a review on how me as a beginner did my first journal since the beginning until today. And it's about 1 month. So, I started doing journaling on April 7, 2020 when we were still on the early phase of the quarantine because of the pandemic. At first, my husband mentioned that he wanted to start doing journaling because he is afraid of losing some of the memories as we grow older. So he mentioned that he wanted to start writing them down as we experience in life so that we can look back later on in the future to see what we were doing back then or how we were doing back then. And I thought it was a very good idea, and I thought it's very sweet of him for us to start doing this together. And so I started looking on Pinterest, because I love Pinterest, to look for some inspiration on what is bullet journaling and how can I make it cute. I discovered that this is basically all the stuff that I was doing back when I was in elementary school. But back then, in elementary school, we call it agenda, because that's the agenda was how the teacher keep track on our tasks every day. So basically, we were supposed to write down everything that we were supposed to do for the next day, and for the next day, basically for a week. And then the teacher will come and check the agenda every day to see whether you've done your homework and whether you're in check with the schedule. And the journaling part that my husband wanted to do was what I call the diary. And back then, I was so obsessed with all this stationery and these cute papers and stickers that I collected quite a lot of them. I would save my lunch money. I wouldn't eat for multiple days so that I could save all the money and I could buy the stickers and the cute paper packs that I would save all of them on this 6-ring binder. It was probably like an A6. So I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting. I can start doing this again as an adult? Like, what? And I'm just so happy that apparently adults do this, and it's very common for people to do that. Because for some reason, I always thought that like, you're an adult, you're supposed to already have your life together. You don't use agenda or planner because that's what kids do. That's how you train kids to be an adult. So like once you're an adult, you're supposed to be graduated from that? I don't know why I had this mindset. Keep in mind though, what I was doing when I was in elementary school, it was mostly just collecting cute things. This is something that I've never really done before because majority of the time, I had a pretty set schedule that I just followed them because I was always very busy. Like my life back then in college or grad school was mostly just work and study. So this is basically just going to be a review of how I did my journal since the beginning as I learned things go until now, because I am new in this and I wouldn't say I've known a lot, but I wanted to share at least something that I think I learned and useful through this journey. So tag along if you think you're interested. Okay. So because I'm new in this and I don't really know what works for me, I'm just trying things out. Right now I have about 3 different ones that I use. I have this one as a regular dotted journal that I add things as I go. And then this one's a more of like a to-do list on like a project management or project planning. And this one is more of my personal and how I do like my highlight of the day or record anything that's kind of like more of my personal life. So I got this from Mishmash and I thought the color is really cute. And then the first thing that I did was to write my name. So as a cover, because that's my name, I like bunny and I like pink, so I thought I would put it there. And then this was the first cover that I did for April, and because I started this during the quarantine and I thought it's appropriate to kind of highlight what was happening back then, so I put it there. And then this was mostly this is the start. This is the first ever that I basically record of like what was happening. I did this on a different notebook because I haven't gotten this mishmash notebook before, so I basically just cut them and put it here because I still want to have the memory of me doing this, so that's why it's there. And moving here, I basically did like a highlight of the day, or I put menu of the day of either I cook it or I just ate it, but all of these I cooked because at the start of the quarantine I cooked every day. I mean, I still do, but it's just like I was very excited because I was trying to cook a lot of new things that I have never really tried before. So yeah, I put it there. Moving forward, this is the design that I made into stickers for We Are Fighting Together with Our Healthcare Heroes as a thank you that I gave to people who donated or participated in feeding the healthcare worker during this pandemic. I was really proud of it, and I thought I wanted to put it there just so that I remember that this was my contribution during this time. And then this one's another, in my opinion, one of my accomplishments because I basically cleaned and organized my art room because this has been something that I've put off for almost 2.5 years. I've lived here and finally I did it, so I was very proud of it. This was basically the same thing. It was still a free flow, and then this came to like a like a thought process on how I want to do things differently. This was like a work and project managing thoughts on when I want to build my to-do list book. And then this is like a thought process on where I wanted to do a different layout in terms of doing this journal. Okay, so this is basically a tryout that I did for the last 2 weeks of April. I put a mood tracker here to see whether I can utilize it, but I couldn't because I didn't know my mood specifically for the day because it changes like very so often, so I couldn't fill it out. And then this was basically how I do like a tab on week 4 and week 5, and I thought I really like it because, for example, like when you flip it, you can still see that the month overall, like where you're at during the month. And then this has like more like a structured Sunday to Wednesday, like half week. And then I ended in Thursday because it was the 30th on Thursday. And then I did like a self-care and habit tracker to see whether I was able to accomplish some, or just to see whether I like it, or it was beneficial for me. And I didn't necessarily care, I guess, about the reward apparently, because to me, filling out this and then basically like accomplishing the task was very much satisfying. So I thought it was basically enough for me to do. And that's that. This is basically the monthly overview that I did for May month, and I did a monthly project here that I basically will check off as I go. And then I put a spread of like a May daily highlights as one page to see whether I like it more versus like a flip through day by day. I thought it would be a pretty good idea. And then this one, because I like the format that I did on the April tryout, I did it again basically today. This one's gonna be a full month. And then I couldn't fill out the mood tracker, but I was able to understand my energy. So I thought I would try to fill in the energy level versus the mood tracker. And it's been pretty full, I guess, until now. So I guess it's working. Okay, and then this side, you have like week 1, and then you put like if there's a holiday, normally you want to put, or I put, whatever date that you thought will be important. And then so you have again the divider between the weeks, so week 1, 2, 3, 4, and then basically week 5 and 6 it was only like 1 day, so I didn't really separate them. So yeah, and this is basically how it is. It's week 1, and then this is my spread. for week 2. So basically the difference between this and the previous format was this is something that I already like pre-planned, or I mean like at least a template I already built. So I didn't really free flow on the template. I basically fill in whatever is available on the space for the day. And this is week 3. So that's about it for until week 3 of May, and then I haven't really done week 4. So that was it, you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like my video, please give a thumbs up. And if you're interested to follow more on how I'm doing in this journaling journey, because I'm a beginner and I hope you would like to try to do this journaling as well, because so far for this 1 month it's been very beneficial for me and you learn a lot about yourself. And please subscribe or follow me on Instagram at Tanadinata Study. And if you like my sweatshirt, this is on my Etsy shop. I have the description below as well. So I hope I will see you next time on another video. Bye bye!